Have you been publishing no content books for a while? If you have you seen some issues when it comes to sales? Maybe you have a handful of no content books that aren't quite doing so well. I might just have the solution that will get it to where you can get your no content book selling in no time. So make sure that you stay tuned to today's video. Welcome to Self-Publishing with Dale, where you'll learn how to publish books that sell and build an unstoppable author brand. And if you want to learn all about self-publishing on various platforms, including Amazon KDP, to Lulu, to Smashwords, to Drop to Digital, Publish, Drive, and beyond, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and hit the little bell notification so that way you don't miss a single live video, kind of like what we're doing right now. Working without a net every now and then, it can kind of be discouraging, but I'm not going to let that stop me. So in any event, we're talking about no content books and how to get the winning formula for a book description. Before we do shift into that, I want to let you know, stick around to the end because I'm going to have a juicy bonus tip towards the end. Yeah, that's right, a juicy bonus tip. And the reason I'm going to have that juicy bonus tip is it's going to really help you stand apart from the competition that's out there. So what are no content books? I'm going to summarize this. Now, we're going to take no content books and low content books and put them off to the side. Low content books, we're going to talk about it another day. There's a little bit more work involved with low content books. No content books essentially are diaries, journals, notebooks, any kind of blank books, sketchbooks, things that require your audience to fill in. It's primarily focused on print on demand. We're not talking about ebooks or audiobooks today, just the no content book niche. So I wanted to kind of cover that so that way if anybody's like, oh, what are no content books? You can kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with. So we're just creating an evergreen product of sorts to where people are always going to come back and buy it. Because let's face it, I can go out and buy this book by Bill Latoria and I'm just going to buy it once because as soon as I have it, I own it. Whereas something as simple as, say, a journal like this, I'm going to burn through this and chances are pretty likely I'm going to go back and order it if I really like the book enough. So that's what no content books are. This is the deal. There are 4 selling factors of a no content book, and it starts out with the niche. Now, when I say niche, and if I say niche, please, don't burn me at the stake, okay? Every now and then I slip up, but the niche is the type of content that you're putting out, the audience you're trying to reach. And I often see people in the no content book publishing industry just trying to put out everyday journals. And they're putting out these everyday blank books. And that's all well and good, but you're going to have to drill down deeper because, what's to stop somebody from going to the nearest corner store or Walmart or anywhere else and picking up just a blank notebook? That's why you really got to niche it down. And we've talked about this in previous broadcasts. Even my wife has talked about this on her channel too. The next one is going to be the cover. I've said this so many times ad nauseum. The book cover is going to be the thing that sells. Because if you don't have that book cover dialed in and the niche picked appropriately, then chances are likely no one's going to want to buy it. It's like, oh, here's another, book with lines in it. Well, I'm just going to go to the corner store. Whereas that book cover is going to make you stand apart from just this regular old blank book that people can normally buy over anywhere that they want to. The next thing is going to be price point. 3, price point, okay? If you have it too low, then sure, maybe you'll get some sales, but then there's going to be like, well, geez, this isn't worth it. So if you go too high though, someone's going to go, why is he charging $29.99 for a book that just has lines and has a killer cover? So sometimes price point can make or break you. There are exceptions to the rule. The last one's going to be book description. That's what we're talking about today. And the book description can be something that will make or break whether someone's going to buy it or not, and also helps to clarify what it is that is inside that book. Because one of the worst things that could happen, let's just say that you have some type of a niche type book and you accidentally draw in somebody else that's looking for an actual content book, something that has written content inside of it, be it a story or a nonfiction, how-to, tutorial, whatever it might be, you got to cover that inside the book description. Otherwise, you're going to have some angry customers and be getting a lot of returns. We're going to talk about this whole book description thing, the main problem. Lack of sales. We all hate it. It happens in all walks of self-publishing. We see limited sales. And quite often I've seen so many people that are trying to come to this no content book publishing arena here, and they're just forcing 10 pounds of horse manure into a 5-pound bag, and they're going, I don't understand it. I've published 1,000 books over the past month, but I'm not getting a single sale, or I'm getting very little sales. I'm getting $30. It's not being worth it. Well, the lack of sales can really come down to those 4 elements, and that's why I wanted to cover those first so everybody understood book description is not going to be the only thing that holds you back. So part of this winning formula is understanding your niche. What do they want? Okay, that way they can find you as well, and having a good book cover and having a realistic price point. But that book description also brings it in. So let's just assume, for the sake of today's conversation, that we have a good cover, that we have a good niche, and let's just say the price point is decent, yet no one's still buying it. We're going to focus on that book description. And fun fact, and this is something that's even covered in Brian Meek's book called Mastering Amazon Descriptions, he feels strongly in that you can put that price point as high as you would like it. Now, this is for content books, by the way. You could put it as high as you like, as long as you are delivering what exactly your audience is looking for, giving that unique value proposition. We're going to put a pin in that little word or phrase because we're going to come back to that in just a moment. Common issues I see. Start out with copy and paste. I know there's some people that are just kind of focused on just cramming out as much as they can into the market, and they're putting 50 iterations of a single cover and having the same ad copy, and they're just forcing it out into the market. It's no surprise that when you have 50 different versions of a particular book, but the same ad copy, it's failing. It's failing across the board because you haven't taken the time to actually develop the ad copy that's going to sell for that. So before you start firing off a ton of these books, you need to get this all dialed in. You have to have your book descriptions so that way they're popping up off the page and the customer can't hardly wait to get over to that checkout and get that inside their cart and into their hands ASAP. One of the best ways you can probably do it is slow down your publication process. Fire off one, test the ad copy from 1 month to the next and see which one performs the best, and then move forward from there. Wall of text. This is across the board. This is on no content books to low content books to even full content books. There's these big long walls of text. Folks, we're dealing with an era where people want their information now. Instant gratification. They want to know without having to, just crawl through this gigantic wall of text. And especially if they've already seen the cover. Let's just assume they were searching up, they saw the cover, oh, this looks great. And oh my gosh. There's 10 lines straight of all these sentences. That wall of text needs to be broken up. You have to put it together in bite-sized pieces. And I'd even recommend bullet points for the win. You don't go too crazy on your bullet points. You shouldn't have a dozen of them straight in a row. But good 6, 7 bullet points will more than be sufficient for what you're shooting for. And poor editing. Folks, I know it seems like I'm a shill for Grammarly, and I'm starting to really enjoy Pro Writing Aid. Let's just put this off to the side because you can go get either one of those and the free versions of them and run your stuff through there and fix some of these common issues. I've seen so many times that these book descriptions are just horrible. They are just, you're missing a lot of those things. Get either the software to do it, put it through Microsoft Words, spell checker of some sort. You can put it through any number of things. Hemingway's free online. Just put it through there and then put it into somebody else's hands to actually edit it for you before you put it up there. There's been some times that people I've coached have come to me and they show me their product page and like, I don't understand, why is it not selling? Well, you've got a wall of text, you've got a ton of spelling errors, there's lots of grammatical errors. There's no doubt why people go, well, this is not quite my thing. Remember, you got to be professional, folks. So get it all really good and tied down before you hit that publish button. Otherwise, you shouldn't be surprised if you're not getting any sales. Last but not least is that unique value proposition. I know it's like, oh man, I've got a blank book. What else can I say? Use your imagination based on the niche that you're in, and chances are likely you can sell that to them. You get creative. Look up good creative book descriptions. Take a look at some of the successful no content books already crushing it in this business and study the formula that they have. Now, I'm not telling you to plagiarize. Do not plagiarize someone's book description. In fact, chances are likely you're going to get in trouble, or even worse yet, you're not going to get the same results as them. Model those layouts, model the words that are being put into there, and make it your own. So, you've heard me say it a few times. The book description, the ad copy, it's one and the same. This is your opportunity to sell to your customers. Don't take this avenue too lightly. You've got to get it to where people want to buy this. They must buy this. They know it's their solution. So this is going to start out with some of the common elements that I've said with nonfiction and fiction books, and that is it needs a hook. Get in there, say what you got to say to grab their attention, and keep it brief. You shouldn't have like 5 sentences right out the rip. No, right at the very beginning, 5 to 6 words that tells them exactly what to expect. The next one is going to be the content. Less is more. I know it seems kind of counterintuitive. You would think you got to kind of sell them on all these things. Some of my best converting no content books were literally probably about 8, maybe 9 lines of copy, and that's it. I mean, people are looking for a book to jot notes in or keep recipes in, so on and so forth. You don't need to overthink your book description. Sometimes it just has to be just nice and compact. And study. You'll see that other people do the same thing. The ones that are the best sellers right now, they're short but sweet. So, and then this one right here, another one, across the board. Where are your call to actions? Where are you asking them to buy it now, get it now, purchase this, add this to your cart and check it out now, get it in your hands? You gotta guide the browsing customer through the entire experience. Otherwise, they're just casually going through, oh, well, look at this little book. Oh, Dale Roberts has got this nice little notebook. I'm good. You say, buy it now. Oh, well, of course, I just read this description. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Put the call to action in there. It's absolutely critical that you do that for sure. So all of these things really add up, but I said I was going to get you something, and that is the bonus tip. And I think that some of you who've been watching this channel long enough will know where I'm going with this, because it comes down to getting it to where your book description pops up off of the product page. It looks different than your competitors. And it takes one little step forward, just a little bit more than what the other people are going to do. But I promise you, it's not too much work. It's HTML. Now, otherwise known as hypertext markup language, it's computer speak with pretty much its coding. You don't need to learn coding. Good thing is I'm going to save you the trouble. You can already see it here on the screen. It is dalelinks.com/HTML. This goes over to my website, 100% free, by the way, folks, on these. You can go over there. There's a full tutorial by my lovely assistant, Ava. She actually put the entire HTML thing together. Or if you don't feel like going to my website, go over to the Kindlepreneur's website, dalelinks.com/html2. Either one will work. Either way, use it. And might I recommend, as soon as you copy those and paste it on over into your KDP dashboard, you hit the publish, double check. Because sometimes coding goes a little bit south and you want to make sure that it's all together and just where it needs to be. So you've got those tools, use those. How many of you are currently using an HTML editor? Definitely would love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure that you go down and take a look at this other one where we talk a little bit more in depth about no content book publishing. I am going to